It's very hot here today, and I've noticed everybody's slowing down. You know, it's summer, and the summer people are here, and they have their rackets and their bikes and their dogs, but everybody's, including the dogs, just slowing down and lying in the shade and panting. So there may be something about not trying to fit everything in if you're on vacation. Time is relative and we're all slowing down. Sometimes it feels like it's really speeding up, but I was reminded this morning of when I was growing up, I had horrific witch dreams. It would, wake me screaming in the night. And it was around Halloween time, where of course all that gets activated again. And witches are, the crone, much maligned in our culture, this scary old lady who's going to eat the children and all of that. And Mom made me a witch costume. It was just me in a little black dress with some sort of little cape that had been a grown-up's cape just to go over the shoulders, but on me it came down to like my waist, and a little conical hat and a tiny broom. And we went to a costume party, and I went blasting around the room in my little witch outfit, feeling very empowered, and it was almost like a shadow work, some sort of early form of shadow work, where once I owned it, once I became the thing I feared, I felt very empowered. I don't know what that's what they're showing me. The little kid, the little inner child, somehow empowered by what scared them, by confronting what scared them. And look at me now doing this sort of witchy work. Two of Cups. Somebody may be afraid of connection. What scared them was how powerful the connection was. Seven Wands. Yeah, they wanted to stay in some kind of protective bubble. Seven Wands can be blocking other people's energy or just resistance. Somebody's resisting a connection. Hierophant. This can be a card of marriage. Of a spiritual relationship. Where people feel for each other. Cups energy, water energy. And somebody wants to stay safe. It may have been a marriage proposal that scared somebody. Empress, card of divine feminine. Under Two of Cups. Well, this is the principle of love itself, Venus energy. There may have been a pregnancy involved. Somebody's very fertile and self-possessed. I think somebody was scared of commitment. Put themselves in some kind of bubble. Maybe we're afraid of divine feminine's power. King of Wands. Seven of Wands. This character may have been, you know, they had too much to do. They wanted to kind of ignore the connection. They may have felt somehow disempowered. Wands speak to personal power. They may have felt that the connection could somehow disempower them. Intimidated, perhaps, by this divine feminine. And I don't think the connection would have taken away their personal power. I mean, look at the joy here in Hierophant. Two of Pentacles. Two of Cups. I think maybe this person had a choice to make. Can I show up for this relationship? Pentacles are energy of, you know, being there. Can I be constant? Do I really have to choose one person? Two and two. Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles is four. Four is Emperor, which is Aries, Wands energy, King of Wands. On, is it this one? Is it this one? Yeah. Star card on Empress. Well, this divine feminine is a powerhouse. Very tapped into the energies of the universe. And there was something about being in somebody's orbit. The guides are trying to perhaps tell this King of Wands there are more important things than your own sense of agency. You know, don't ignore, see how this one's looking away? Don't ignore connection. If you ignore the connection to this person, this Empress person, it could threaten your connection to the divine. It's kind of a, you know, follow your heart or, you know, there will be consequences. You know, if you think this divine feminine will disempower you, she's going to walk away. I'm hearing, yes, yes, you're going to lose that girl. Old Beatles song. If you don't take her out tonight, she's going to change your mind. This on Two of Cups. Somebody's slow walking it. Knight of Pentacles. They're taking a lot of time, you know, perhaps to weigh it up. Will I or won't I? It's something about, because this is a higher level of commitment. You know, do I choose to enter into this spiritual relationship with the Empress? They're slow walking it. Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands. I think now the King of Wands may be inspired to begin a conversation, or to at least enter into some kind of lively exchange about this question of higher level commitment, spiritual marriage. Because they can feel this person, their Empress person, pulling away emotionally. Feel them pulling away emotionally. Okay. Is it this on King of Wands? Yeah, this King of Wands person is very conflicted. It would somehow require a big change for them to, fives indicate a need for change, a big change for them to actually pay attention to the connection. It would, you know, take down their defenses. And they know it's, you know, the clock is ticking, they're slow walking it. Is it this? King of Swords. Let's see. King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Three of Cups. I do believe that's the Empress energy. And the person that he, she, or they is dealing with is trying to stay removed. They're having a real struggle trying to work out, can they drop their guard? Somebody may have, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, may have downgraded, you know, downshifted somehow from the connection. Like, let's just be friends. I want to slow walk this. And I'm not saying this person's wrong. If they're feeling really defensive, they probably should slow walk it. They may need to get grounded. Because they feel defensive. They feel like they're holding their divine feminine at bay. Boy, that was a big yes. Page of Cups. Five of Swords. Ace of Swords. This is almost like the disconnect of the King of Swords. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the change that I'm expected to make. But they're being caught in the updraft of their feelings, sort of in spite of themselves. They're beginning to be drawn in by the Empress. On Seven of Wands, please. Six of Pentacles. There's an invitation to share. And I'm getting almost perhaps move in together. Share resources. And maybe this masculine is saying, you know, let's slow it down, let's slow walk it. I think they're going to miss out on a pretty wonderful connection. They're undecided. Sorry, there was a big flutter outside. I don't know what that was. But there is some kind of truth coming in. You know, they may have tried to resist the truth. They may have thought this is going to compromise me somehow. They're trying to figure out, what is it I feel? Ace of Swords, Page of Cups. This new feeling, you know, it's new to me. I think this is actually a long-term relationship, but for some reason, there's been some shift that makes this person feel like something significant has changed, and they're trying to work it out. What's changed? On the split? Eight of Pentacles. They may have focused so much on their own work and what they were doing and what they were trying to work out that they ignored the connection. They may have somehow backpedaled, and they don't even really know why. Five of Swords. Well, they may figure it out. Page of Swords. You know, they've learned some kind of lesson. That they kind of ignored, I think they ignored their own heart. They didn't really want to feel. And now they may be thinking, Sword energy, what have I done? This, you know, my lady love, could be a guy, but my lady love is walking away. This slow walking business may have gone on for a very long time. And there's an implicit Tower energy here. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands is 16, which is Tower. I think somehow the clock is running out. This King of Swords couldn't figure out a way to put it into words. You know, was somehow worried about this conversation about perhaps about marriage. On Page of Swords, the new idea or the fresh look at something. I mean, this masculine may be trying to get a new perspective on the whole situation. What can I learn from this? Devil energy can be a card of holding back. of being stuck. Maybe they're just beginning to figure out how stuck they were. There was something that they couldn't let go of, and I think maybe it was their idea that they were empowered if they were single. It's strange, but I get the feeling that this masculine knew that their partner was reliable, and they, it stood the test of time. It was capable of equal give and take, 6 of Pentacles, while the masculine was, trying to ignore it. Ignore it. Ignorance. And it may be something like they knew sword energy, that divine feminine was a healing influence in their life, but they weren't ready. They wanted to slow walk it. They were really conflicted. They wanted to play something else out. Play out some other scenario. Okay, we have on the board, I feel kind of bad for this person, because they're gonna, I think, miss out on a really important connection. And it's almost as if, higher power is saying, like, you're going too slowly. Almost like the water in the cups is going to evaporate. Ignore it at your peril, something like that. We have on the board Aquarius in the Star card, Taurus, Libra in the Empress, Capricorn in the Devil, I think they're afraid of commitment and of codependency. They feel like it's going to drain their power. Like love is dangerous, something like that. Taurus and Hierophant. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Capricorn and the Devil. It would entail a lot of work, Capricorn energy, to free this person up. It would take a lot of time and a lot of work. Now, I was kind of rooting for this relationship, but it's taking a long time for this masculine to warm up, to work it out. I wish him luck. I hope he catches up. I think she's a catch. I'll see you next time.